Good afternoon, everybody. As Peter just mentioned, I'm President and CEO of Silver HAMR. I actually just joined this company 2 weeks ago. The last time that I was with a silver company was 11 years ago when silver was $53, and we took an asset in Argentina from discovery to resource to PEA, and we ended up selling it to one of the richest gentlemen in Argentina. I did a little bit of due diligence. Like, I just came from a lithium company. Why the heck would I want to go to silver? Lithium's hot. So I kind of stole some bullets from some of the newsletter writers and analysts in the industry. And there should be a love heart face there under silver is the new lithium. It's like the next 10 years, as Peter mentioned, is probably going to be one of the hottest times in the silver market. The fundamentals are changing, and I think I stole the silver squeeze 2.0. So I'm liking silver. Just came from a lithium company pushing forward a multi-billion-dollar asset in Nevada. So I'm excited to get here. So what's everyone saying? Why? I did my kind of due diligence. This company. Why get involved with silver? Everyone's saying it's the most predicted recession in the history coming up here. And, soft landing, hard landing. What's going to happen? What's going to happen with the economics and the inflation pressures, deglobalization, interest rates, and inflation period? So as Peter mentioned, silver productions has peaked. The majors are finding a really difficult time to find more or build their assets bigger. We're using more silver in electronics, we're using more in electric vehicles, and of course we're using it in solar PV cells. We're going to use all the silver, as Peter mentioned, by 2030, 1.2 billion ounces, and we're only producing 900 million right now. So the biggest deficit's coming. So in other words, I see silver's pushing forward, as Peter just indicated. So the fundamentals are good for silver, and hence the reason I joined Silver HAMR 2 weeks ago. And again, there's a lot of spending coming in, and I'm not going to go into the Infrastructure Bill and Inflation Reduction Act, what's happening in the U.S. A little bit of Silver HAMR. I'm going to run through the next 8 minutes. Going to speak very quickly. We have a booth outside. Come by and chit-chat if you want to learn a little bit more, with a little more detail. We're 100% pure silver play in what I believe is two of the best districts in the U.S., which is Idaho, number 2 in the world in the Silver Valley, near Coeur d'Alene, which I'll talk about that project. And we have 2 projects in Nevada, which is number 3 in the world by the Fraser Institute. So we have 3 brownfield projects that are ready for the drill bit in 2023. Over the last couple of years, before my time, the company's done a lot of groundwork, a lot of boots on the ground, prepping each of the 3 projects, which I'll get into in a second. We're miners, lots of forward-looking statements. Take a look at that if you wish to later. Again, we have a Silver Strand project, which is in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, in the Silver Valley. Only goes down 90 meters. Most of the mines go down 1,500 or 2,000 meters. We have an ELISA project, which I'll talk about in a second, and also the Silverton in Nevada. I used to actually run another company, more gold-focused in Nevada, so I've got a lot of experience in Nevada. We're in the top, jurisdictions in the world. If you're going to put any money, don't go down to Venezuela. Don't go sometimes even South America these days. Let's stick in places that are comfortable. I'll talk about our team on the next slide. I don't have a slide on cap structure, but we have 46 million shares out. I like it. We're tight. When we hit something, when we make a discovery, the stock will be elastic. Our shareholders will make a lot of money. As Peter mentioned, and I'm trying to mention here, silver looks good. I like it over the next 10 years. And we have an aggressive strategy to hopefully get the drill turning on all 3 projects with the main goal of making a discovery. A little bit about myself, which I don't like talking about myself, but I've been in the industry for 35 years. Used to be an engineer, used to be a broker, used to be an analyst, and then I've raised a bunch of money for some juniors, pushing them forward. We have a great team and a few names on the board, like Lawrence has been around the industry forever, and I'm pleased to be able to work finally with Lawrence on a team. And Ron Burke, VP Exploration for Centerra and Silver Standard, brilliant man in identifying other acquisitions we're looking at. And of course, Jonas, and I've known him forever, and he's great on the Corp Dev and really helping us identify new assets. Again, I'm going to skip through in 5 minutes and 40 seconds our entire company, but it's pretty easy to understand. It's a pretty easy model. We are in the Coeur d'Alene Valley. Hundreds of millions of ounces of silver were found and still being found, and we have a really interesting property that operated 50 years ago. But this is really identifying. When I looked at this presentation, it says silver with some gold credits, but we have 3 meters of 10 grams sitting right beneath the last level, which is only 90 meters below surface. And if you skip into what the company did before, they said, well, let's look what's happening beneath the 90-meter level. And they hit pretty much on every single hole, and they're getting phenomenal grades with gold kickers that are nice gold kickers, not a gram. We're talking 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So then I looked what happened last year, and again, they hit it below. So we're here to look at the entire district that we have 6 kilometers, go along strike. We have a geophysical compilation being completed here in the next couple of weeks. I looked at some other data, and we have 10 grams, 7 grams, 5 grams on road cuts going all the way to the northwest towards the burnt mine. So really interesting project. We're looking to expand our position in Idaho and really kind of build a land position out there. And we have the team to do it, and there's a couple other individuals I'm hoping to add to the team that would be, I think, amazing and add a lot of value to Silver Hammer. Eliza is interesting. Again, another brownfield project, 4 old mines from 50 or 80 years ago. It's kind of like what Black Rock Silver did. They went into some old mines, stuck some holes, and hit some great results. We're going to hopefully replicate that. We've expanded the land position in central eastern Nevada. There's some phenomenal grades, but if you kind of look what historical grades were, we've got the 6% copper kicker, and we've got this high-grade silver sitting there. So they went in last year, and they've got this, 1,500, 1,400, 1,200, et cetera, grams of silver, but some really interesting 7, 5, 9% copper kicker. So what are we sitting on top of? What did the previous explorers and producers miss? There's a big fault that cuts right through the middle of it. We have a patent claim we can drill whenever we want to, so we're going to get the drill bit turning up there. The trend with this high-grade copper, lead, zinc, and high-grade silver zone has been traced for upwards of 700 meters. Again, another project we look to drill in 2023. It's a nice area to be, busy year, do some boots on the ground. I don't like drilling and spending the money on the drill bit. We've done our work, so we're going to do some geophysics here in the next month and a half, and really kind of understand some of the structures and bring in some of the smarter minds to kind of analyze where should we stick the first hole. We've got some ideas, but it should be interesting. And the last little guy, the Silver Alley. So if you go to Tonopah, halfway between Vegas and Reno, you got this Silver Alley, as you can see on the bottom right-hand side, where a lot of multi-million-ounce silver projects has been discovered or pushed forward. We've got an interesting land position. We've doubled our land position. We're right next to a highway. Again, some old producers that were there years ago. And our goal, again, is to do some geophysics, boots on the ground, figure out how we can put the drill rig in the right spot. And this one and Eliza's haven't seen really exploration on the project in 50 to 100 years. So bring the smart minds in, put the drill bit on it. And again, great follow-up high-grade silver results that were done in 2021-22. So a lot of the lake work's been kind of done for me, but we need to put it together. We need to kind of put the model together. We've got some great ideas, but we need to figure it out before we waste any money on the drill bit. I've already mentioned what we're going to be doing here. We're going to do a flyover, do some geophysics. Again, do the work that we need to do before. And it's got actually 12 permitted pads, but we need to make sure we're putting the holes in the right spot. Quick summary, again, Idaho, Nevada, top jurisdictions in the world to find silver if you're outside of Peru and Mexico. I think we've got a great team for the right assets who've done and been and done it before. We're looking to also, we've got a number of acquisitions on the table to kind of expand our portfolio. We've got the bandwidth, we've got the team, and we've got a great number of advisors that are behind the scenes, and we also have a supportive capital team behind us to get us cashed up and have a good year. And again, I like to be accessible to everybody. I really don't care if you have 1 share or 1 million shares. Phone me, email me, text me. I like to be available. Phone me on Saturday morning. And make sure you contact Christina. I've known Christina forever. She's brilliant in regards to investor relations. I'm glad to have her on team, and she will make sure that you get all the information you need. And I'm actually done a minute early, so thank you, everybody.